And they'll run it here. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. And right away, he lost the football. And this belongs to the Vikings.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you've got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore. Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, you know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Back to throw here. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football early or a little late. Chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs on 1st and 10 at their own 23. And his throw is going to be incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Yard line on 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. Johnson was the intended receiver.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. They start the drive with Peterson. Fighting him off. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, a trick in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd down, Peterson powers ahead at the 45. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be. Right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
First down, here's a run with Peterson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
And intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. He'll drop to throw, and that is incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away, and that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
And this one is right down Broadway. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the turn.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
And now here comes Kansas City. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to take another shot here. That's caught inside the 20. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play there for KC. 62 yards. On first down, Mahomes. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Working from the gun, Mahomes into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And I do believe this is going to wind up. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
And now here comes Kansas City. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. But they find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Yeah, can he put it aside? Let's find out. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Try the ground game here with the running back. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a line battle just about every time.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And now out comes Minnesota. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarter. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25, and they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Bear in mind they had 2 interceptions last week, but that was in 4 quarters. They've got 2 here in the first quarter alone.
And the unsung people in this streak, the pass rushers, because most of the time, they're the ones that affect things in the pocket for a quarterback, trying to throw the football, rushing them, getting them off their spot, harassing them. And that allows the defensive backs, the linebackers, to swoop in and make the picks downfield.
They're swooping. That is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line. That time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Chiefs are in for 6. Didn't have anything downfield, swung it out to the flat. He did the rest.
Such a staple of so many offenses we see now. You know, in our discussions with offense coordinators, how many times do they tell us, hey, this offense is designed for either a touchdown or a check down. We saw the check down on that play, and boy, was it successful.
We saw a touchdown, too. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff. And they've got it here with a 1st down.
No. Check. Patriot.
Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
I can't help it. Every time I see Eric Berry make a play, as we just saw him make a tackle there, I just want to stand up and applaud.
Because he went to Tennessee like you?
Well, that doesn't hurt one bit. But how about the comeback? I mean, he came back from beating cancer and getting back to Pro Bowl level. One of the best players in the game.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And off comes to Peterson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside. 29 yards and a first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Allen. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brandon, that was not a highlight play for the offense. But how about the previous play? A big run? They're used to trading that, especially if you're a Hall of Fame runner. Big run, maybe not so much on the next one, but the big ones add up over time.
Now Allen. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Black 99 Philly, here we go. Set. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front, because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through and picking up 1st downs.
First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. They run the counter now. It's Peterson. A solid pickup at 13 sets them up 1st and goal.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if he can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily, you're right, but he did there. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
The Vikings on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They'll run for it. Peterson. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have tied it. They can grab the lead with a PAT. Extra point up and through. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Shreds the tackle. And now here comes Kansas City. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Mahomes now on first down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Everson Griffin in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now Mahomes. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to let it go. He's got a man. Complete. And they finally are able to take him down at the opposite 47. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 42 yards. On first and 10, here's Mahomes. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. A big play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chiefs are in for 6. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And now out comes Minnesota. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But, you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up.
Set. Green, 39.
Now a play fake here on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Carter. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Vikings have tied it. They can grab the lead with a PAT. Point after, right down the middle. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Just keeping the play alive. And his throw is incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now here's Mahomes. And Hill with it over the middle. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Returnable now for Allen. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And control of the football until the half. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
They work again from the 38 on second and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. And this is a spectacular one-handed grab there. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Detroit!
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They run again with Peterson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now a carry for Allen. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 37-yard line. A give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll be taken down at the 34. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
56.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Touchdown, Vikings! A great play there. 37 yards. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 8. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail. Ace, ace. Slow.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Mahomes now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Throwing the out route and complete. More yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 right at the 40.
There we go. Blue 45. Blue 45. Left.
And again, it's Mahomes. And the reception made over the middle. This is Bolden. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with it for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone. Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On second down, here's Mahomes. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Here we go now with Smith. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are a 2-point conversion away from tying this thing up. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as Vikings offense gets set to take over here. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? And for a third time. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And some room to maneuver. That good for 19 and a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. And they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Dancing to his left. Looking for the end zone. That is caught by Mitchell for a Kansas City touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And thanks to the interception, the Chiefs offense cashes in with 6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. They run with Peterson. He's been busy tonight. And up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jordan. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Go!
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. Again, Peterson. Oh, able to avoid him. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Man open, it's Moss, complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. They give it to Peterson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Why not being a loss of 2? And it'll be 2nd and 12. Now here's a defensive timeout. Chiefs. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Turn up. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit. Detroit.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the Chiefs are going to get him.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out. Incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was licensed, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. One score down. Here we go.
Detroit!
They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Detroit! All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
On 1st down, Mahomes flushed out right, letting one go deep for the end zone. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to do with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. To throw, it's Mahomes. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Nice move. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, the spin. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Carry number 20 now for Peterson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 2nd and long. They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. The Vikings on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 15. Back to throw here. He's going to, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 33. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off inside the 10. Pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Now a run with Peterson. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. From the 9, here's 2nd and 9.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Peterson. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off down near the 5, the 40, the 30, 10, and he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Point after try forthcoming. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one's not fully over yet. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a 1st down. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Staying on the ground, this time it's Smith. And he cuts it out right sideline. Some space here. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Mahomes now to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Another timeout called by the Vikings now, as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. It's brought in by Bolden. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. A gutsy decision there, going for it on fourth, but they got it, and that likely puts an end to this one.
Indeed, it was gutsy because there's so many other options they probably could have exercised in that situation, but they bet on themselves, and it paid off.
And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. And his throw's going to be... Two wins and two early.